Hello from Colman and Company. In this video, I'm going to go over how you can read different boxes of needles to determine, well, what kind of needle that you have. A lot of times people will end up getting some needles or perhaps receiving new needles with the machine, but they really don't know what they have in stock. And as with anything in the apparel decorating industry, making sure you have the right needle for the right job can make all the difference. So we're going to take a view of the ones I have here. I pulled out some samples for us to show. First, these green boxes, if you bought your machine from ColDesi or from Colman and Company and any supplies, you're very familiar with our Groz-Becker needles. And then here we've got Oregon needles, which are known for a lot of their specialty needles, which come in sleeves like these down here. Now, between the different needles, which one's better? Well, that's totally a preference. All of them are good. It's just a matter of what you're trying to do and which ones you've grown to like. So let's have a closer look at some of these boxes and I'll show you how to read them. So here on this one, you can see here in the top right-hand corner, it says 65.9, okay? That is the thickness of the needle. For this one, a 65.9, I would use this for things like silk or lycra or anything else where the needle puncturing the material would leave a gaping hole if I didn't have a smaller needle. Also good for fine lettering. So if you're using 60 weight thread and you're trying to do micro fonts, this is a good size needle. Down here you see FFG SES. That is Groz-Becker's fancy way of saying ballpoint. And then down here at the very bottom, there's a GEBEDUR, and that DUR represents durable. So that tells me that this box of needle is a box of titanium needles. Another little fun note is up here in the top left-hand corner, you can see where it says DBX1. That means it has the standard eyelet for a needle, as where this one, which we'll move on to here, this DBX-K5 is a larger eyelet than the DBX1. So this is a good option if you're having a little trouble threading needles, go for the DBX-K5. Down here you can see in the bottom left that is an RG. This tells me it's a sharp needle. And then up here in the top left it says a 7010, which means it's thicker than this 65.9, but it's still on the slim end, okay? So this one is also good for thinner items as well, or smaller fonts. Maybe this one's better for micro fonts and this one's just better for softer materials, but remember that these are going to be smaller than your standard size. This one right here, just like this one right here, are not indicating DUR for durable. So that's telling me that these are chrome needles, as where this one is titanium. Again, that DUR represents the titanium. These that don't say it are chrome. Now this actual 7511 needle, you literally use this for 95% of your embroidery jobs on standard apparel, okay? This is meant for 7511 will be standard needle thickness. The DBX-K5 tells me it's also a larger eyelet like its neighbor here. And then FFG SES tells me it's a ballpoint. Ballpoints are more popular because remember, a ballpoint needle you'll use for anything that is stretchy. Again, why this is our best seller. The next size up I have here is an 8012. This 8012 indicated right there that it's a size 8012 needle. And then the DBX-K5 also telling me it's a larger eyelet. And that RG down here tells me it's a sharp. So this is an 8012 sharp. Ideal for things like ball caps, heavy denim, heavy canvas, anything that needs some extra durability. Remember that the 7511 and the 8012 can also be purchased from Colman and Company with the option of titanium. So if you need the added strength but not added thickness, this is the way to go. Now, for the next one up here, I used Oregon so we can do an example of those as well. You can see it has a lot less information on the outside of these, and as you can see, the box doesn't have a whole lot more on there. It is also a DBX-K5. This one at the very bottom, it indicates the size. This is a size 9014 needle. And then you can see right there at the bottom it says PD. In the world of Oregon, that means perfect durability, which tells me that this is a titanium needle, okay? So larger eyelet, thicker needle, titanium. This would be used for heavy jackets, heavier materials. Remember that this needle is going to be thicker, so it's going to leave a larger puncture point, but that would be necessary for trying to go into thicker materials. I'm not going to go too much into these little sleeves. I just wanted you to be aware that each of these sleeves contains 10 needles, and things like this is a Teflon coated needle. This one's a metallic eye, and then this one's just a sleeve of the Groz-Becker. But each of these little sleeves, if you ever go on the website and you view that there are some items that are on $4, $5 and change, typically it's a sleeve as opposed to a full-size box. So anyway, here's a brief interview of the different needles that we carry, and we certainly have more on both ends of the spectrum of larger, smaller, titanium and chrome, and ballpoint and sharp. If you have any questions, feel free to give us at Colman and Company a call. We're happy to help you. See you there.